What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you every step you need to complete the new Easter egg on the new map Citadelle Des Morts. I'll also be guiding you through making every sword, so make sure to watch the full video so you understand it all. If you find this video helpful, consider liking and subscribing. Now, with all that being said, let's get into this Easter egg. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do for this Easter egg is open up the entire map. I recommend turning on the Rampage Inducer and spending the first 5 to 6 rounds in spawn to build up enough points. Eventually you'll run into a giant door blocking your path. Simply go up to the cannon on the Citadel walls and interact with it. Once the cannon is rotated fully, interact with it from behind and it will shoot a cannonball at the door, opening up the pathway for you. Now simply follow the markers. These markers will lead you to a giant metal box, shoot off all 3 locks on the front, and the new special enemy, a Doppelgast, will come out. Kill the Doppelgast and it will drop an Aether blood crystal. Place that crystal in the metal box and Pack-a-Punch will materialize. Once done, head over to this door in the quick revive room and interact with it. You'll now meet Craft. Once he is done speaking, you can now get your swords. Now, to get your swords, you'll need to progress all the way up to round 10 until a zombie with a bucket on his head spawns in. Kill this zombie and he'll drop a stamp for you. Pick it up and take that stamp to one of the knights in the middle room of the Citadel. Each of these 4 knights correlates to a certain sword. Front left being lightning, back left being void, front right is fire, and back right is light. Now, the first sword we're going to do is the lightning sword. So give your stamp to the lightning knight, he'll then give you a sword. You must now go around the map and find 3 lightning rods. The first one is located on the boxes next to Deadshot Daiquiri. The second one, you want to come over to the right side of the map, looking from spawn, and shoot this panel on the wall with a weapon that has dead wire equipped. If it doesn't have dead wire equipped, it will not work. Once you've shot that panel with dead wire, one will fall from the roofs above you, and for the third one, you must kill a zombie in the quick revive room. Eventually a zombie will spawn in that is holding it, kill him and he will drop it. Now that you have collected all 3 rods, take them to the urn that is next to Elemental Pop. Interact with it and it will now start a challenge. Every 10 to 20 seconds a bolt of lightning will strike your sword. You need to hit the urn with your sword. When this happens, rinse and repeat it 3 times in total. And you can then place your sword in the urn and you will now have the lightning sword. The next sword you want to grab is the fire sword. So get another stamp from a bucket zombie and go interact with the fire knight. He'll give you a sword and you want to take this sword to the dragon shrine that is located up the stairs in the room that Juggernog is in. Place your sword in the shrine and a challenge will start. There will now be 3 bonfires for you to interact with around the map. The first one is on the back left side of spawn. The second one is in the back of spawn, and the third one is located on top of the Citadel walls. You want to go interact with one of these bonfires and run back to the dragon shrine to interact with it. You will take damage whilst doing this, so I recommend trying to steer clear of all zombies. Once all 3 bonfires have been done, you'll now have the fire sword from the dragon shrine. Next up is the void sword. You want to go into the chemistry room near Stamina Up and look for an artifact. This artifact can be one of 5 things. Once you have found your artifact, go down to the bottom of the bar and interact with the stone symbol on the wall. You'll now need to place your sword in that symbol and interact with it. Now, depending on what artifact you have, depends on what symbol you need to put in. So in my game, I had the fish, so I needed to line up the X looking symbol with an upside down triangle. Simply look at the picture I have up on the screen and figure out which artifact you have. If you can't figure it out, just try all of them. You do have, for the most part, infinite goes. Now, once you've done that, the correct symbol of void portal will spawn on the ground, and some void orbs will start coming out of the symbol. You need to lead these orbs to the portal. Once it has collected 3 orbs, the portal will move. The second location is the first floor of the tavern, so get 3 orbs to go in there, and the third portal is located on the top floor of the bar. Once this portal has had 3 orbs go into it, it will go back down to the basement and you can go interact with the symbol on the wall and you'll get a cool animation and you will now have the void sword. So your last sword is the light sword, so go get your final stamp and go up to the light knight. Grab the sword off him and you'll now have glowing bugs spawn in. Bring them down to this door with the lion handle that is located next to the panel you shot for the lightning sword and kill one of the bugs. Once killed, your sword will glow. Swipe at the door with your blade, a symbol will appear. Do the same thing with your remaining 3 bugs. Once done, go over and interact with the door. You'll now enter a corridor. Simply run to the end, put your sword in the pillar. Now there will be 4 symbols of light that fly out. You want to shoot these in the correct order. You know which one to shoot because it appears on the front of the pillar. Be aware if you are not quick enough, zombies will start to spawn in. Once you have shot all 4 symbols, an animation will happen and you can pick up your newly forged light sword. Now that you have all of your elemental swords, you'll now want to go into the bar. You'll notice that there are 6 jars located around the bar, marked from 1 to 6. When you interact with these jars, it will show a symbol written down, the symbol and the number it correlates with. The first jar is on the bar, the second one is on the back table behind the bar, the third is located in the booth, fourth is located on the table across from the booth, fifth is located on the top floor of the bar on a bench near the pool table, and the sixth one is located on a table next to the main entrance. Once you have all of these symbols down, you'll now want to go down to the room that is full of water near Pack Punch. You'll need Melee Macchiato for this next part, so make sure you have that. Then come over to this wall that looks like it has a bunch of broken bricks and punch that wall. You'll now see a bunch of symbols. Shoot the symbols that match yours in the order that you wrote them down. So you'll do your first one all the way to your sixth. Once these symbols have been shot, a red orb will come out of the wall and fly into a little wall next to it. This wall will fall apart, revealing a book. You'll now need to go up to the stamina up room and find 4 pieces of paper. Only one spawns in at a time, so find one and then search for the next one. Once all 4 pieces of paper have been grabbed, you can now go interact with the book and you'll have 4 symbols appear on the book. These symbols are in order from top left, top right, bottom right. These symbols correlate to a trap around the map. Find that trap that matches the symbol you are up to and kill zombies in the trap. Once you've killed enough, the trap will stop and you can rinse and repeat this for your final 3 remaining traps. Once done, you can now work on your sword's incantations. Now, before I get into the incantations, you can actually do these straight away once you've talked to Klaus, so I highly recommend doing it to cut down how long you do your Easter egg run for. So the first sword you are going to do your incantation for is the light sword. You'll notice a light above Vulture's aid, shoot it and a beam of light will come out. Line yourself up with this beam and shoot the light until a full beam is shooting out at another light. Now simply continue doing this until the beam ends up hitting a statue in the chemistry room. It will melt the statue away and a brooch will spawn. Grab the brooch and you can now place that on a symbol that will spawn on the floor on the sword room. You now need to kill zombies. Once you have collected enough, a chest will spawn in. Hit the chest with your sword and you will now have the light incantation. The next sword you are going to do is the fire sword. There are 3 unlit bonfires around the map. One is located off the side of the Citadel walls, one is located above the main entrance, and one is located above where Elemental Pop is. These bonfires can be lit with either a Molotov grenade or a fire blast from your fire sword. Once all 3 have been lit, a boss zombie will spawn in, kill him and he will drop an artifact. Pick up the artifact and you can now take the artifact to the symbol that spawns in the courtyard. Place it down and get your kills with your fire sword, and once you have enough, hit the chest and grab your fire incantation. The next incantation you'll do is the lightning one. Grab your lightning sword and go over to the stables area. Shoot the horseshoe that is located on top of the doorway. It will fall down, pick the horseshoe up and go up to the cannon and shoot yourself out of it. Now somewhere near the horseshoe will be on the ground electrified. Take this horseshoe to the symbol in the spawn room, kill zombies, melee the chest with your sword when it spawns in, and you now have the lightning incantation. For the void incantation, you simply want to go down to the water slide and shoot a raven that is located near the bottom of the slide. One shot, it'll start flying away. Shoot the raven down and you'll now have a raven claw. Drop, pick it up and take it to the water room, place it down on the symbol, kill zombies, and melee the chest once it spawns in, and you now have all incantations. Now that you have all incantations, go down and look at the symbols on the wall. Each animal symbol will have a number that correlates to it. These numbers signify which knight you need to go up to and use your incantation on in which order. So grab whichever sword is first, go up to the knight that correlates to it, and use the incantation on the knight. Once done, inspect your weapon and the knight will accept you. Rinse and repeat for all 4 knights. Once done, the knight will summon an orb. Grab this orb and grab your light sword and take the orb to the top floor of the sword room and place it down on the wall. Begin your elemental trial. Now you'll notice that green orbs spawning around the room. You must kill zombies on these orbs to send little particles to the main elemental orb. Once you've killed some zombies in these orbs, go up and interact with the main orb and it will place the particles inside. Continue to do this until you can pick up the main orb. Next you'll do the fire sword. So grab the fire sword and go out the front courtyard. Place the orb on this wall and get kills with your fire sword around it. The incantations and the charge attack do work, so I highly recommend using them. Once enough souls has entered the orb, pick it up and you can move on to your next one. Now the next trial is the lightning trial. Simply place the orb on this wall left of spawn and you'll now need to get kills with your lightning sword's incantation or its charge attack. Once you've successfully gotten enough kills, pick up the orb and you can move on to your final trial. Now your final trial is the void sword, so go down to the flooded room and place the orb on this wall. Get kills with your void sword and its incantation. Once you have enough kills, grab your orb. You are now done with your trials. Now that you have your full elemental orb, return the symbols on the wall near stamina. Place your orb on that wall and the wall will open up. you'll notice a red tube on the table, pick it up and take it to spawn. Now the moment you place this tube down, you will be teleported into the boss fight, so make sure you're ready. I recommend max pack-a-punch weapons at max rarity. You'll need to hit a lot of crits in the boss fight, so akimbo GSKs, an AR or a submachine gun are great options. Once you're ready, place the tube at the statue in the spawn room. You'll now be teleported into the boss fight. This boss has 3 different phases. All you simply want to do is damage his armor, a weak spot will open, hit the crits, and when his health gets down by around 20 to 25%, he'll stop taking damage. You'll now need to survive zombies for a while. You'll be granted a max ammo at the end of the survival, rinse and repeat this process. Be aware, however, as lava will start coming into the arena in the 2nd and 3rd phases. Simply continue to do damage to him and survive. If you manage to beat the boss, congratulations, you've now beaten Citadelle Des Morts. Grab the amulet dropped by the boss and you'll now get the ending cutscene. Now if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, it is free and you can always change your mind later. And consider checking out one of my other videos. Now with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.